Hi guys, welcome back. My name is Victoria. I'm part 2 to Twintorials, or part 1, but I guess I'm part 2 because I was born second. I just decided I was going to play with some makeup today, some of our new items, and really get to know all of these new eyeshadows that we have. So if you're interested to see how I created this look, then just keep on watching. So again, Miss Hannah Smoky Glow back there is off her rocker. I guess we didn't hang it properly, so now it's like, and we have yet to fix it. So just, you know, ignore the background mess. But today I'm really excited. So I'm going to be playing in a lot of some of our like new stuff, some old things as well. I really wanted to pull out this little magnetic palette. So we have JD Glow shadows right here. I got these for Rachel for Christmas. And then these are all neon press shadows from the brand MBA Cosmetics. I found them on Etsy, and so far they're really nice. I wouldn't use them on their own. They're more of a like a blend out kind of shadow. So I'm going to use one on the inner corner today and see how that goes. But yeah, I'm really excited to finish this look because I have a lot of fun things in mind to do. First, I'm just going to prime with the Amuse Cosmetics eyeshadow primer. This is in my 21 and 2021 project pan. So I'm just trying to use this up. This isn't like my favorite primer by any means, but it works well enough. I normally like slather it on with my finger and then I'll push it around with a dry sponge just so I don't have too much like oiliness on my lids. It helps soak up some of that oil, and the primer will in turn last a hair longer this way. Okay, so to start out, for my sort of base color, I am going to jump into the e.l.f. Jkissa to the Rescue palette. This is no longer available, sorry. And go into the shade Tink, which is this deep green here. I found that I don't actually have a lot like this, which is why I've been keeping this around, is because I don't have a lot of deeper greens like this. And we're out of like my favorite navy, so so I just keep this around for these two colors mainly. But I'm going to use that on, I'm going to put this on a Morphe M433, and I'm going to blow this out as kind of like a wing here. I'm going to focus as much product as I can down here for the depth to build that, and then when I have less product on the brush after I've distributed that onto my eye, I will blend up towards my brow. Is a Sigma E38, and jump into this neon green right here. Here, let me actually see. Is there a shade name on this besides neon green? This one is called Radioactive. I'm going to put this by my brow. These are very dusty. I don't know if you guys have ever worked with neon pigments. We got some from Stargazer a while back, and they have amazing color payoff, but they are so incredibly hard to work with. These I feel are a lot easier. Maybe it's just because they're in pressed form, but these don't get as patchy as the Stargazer ones. I couldn't even like blend things out with the Stargazer pigments. So I'm just using a little bit at a time, and then once I have kind of a base down, I'm going to start packing the shade up here to make it pop a little more. Once I'm happy with that, I'm just going to go back in with that brush with the green, with the deep green, kind of merge the two together a little more. And then on this little e.l.f. and Novella brush, I'm going to go into the shade Bioluminescence, which is the blue, and I'm going to place that right in this inner portion up here. And then I'm going to go back into Radioactive just to make sure that is still intense, and I'm going to merge it with the blue a little bit up here. Okay, and then I am going to go into some of these JD Glow shadows. So this one is prismatic. It's this lime green with so much sparkle to it. It's so beautiful. I'm going to lay down some NYX glitter primer just so I have a little bit of precision for my like cut crease thing. So I'm going to go down with that shade, and then I'm going to use the shade Bora Bora like on the outer portion as well. Bora Bora from JD Glow has got to be the most beautiful shadow I've ever touched. Like, I wish I was exaggerating. This one is also really beauty. Oh my god. Prismatic is also really beautiful, but it does not have the same sort of texture that Bora Bora does. That one is like out of this world. If you are ever thinking of getting anything from JD Glow, just get Bora Bora. Laura May Beauty said Unexpected is one of her favorites as well, and I will pick that one up eventually, but it has been sold out for a minute, so. Okay, and then going into Bora Bora which looks like this. Again, this is literally the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. So I'm gonna place that right in this gap here. With my finger, I'm not really concerned about the precision for this one. Kind of merge it with the green here. I hope that's translating on camera. It is literally just divine. Where is my makeup wipe? Ooh. Now I am gonna get some black liner. As you guys know, I can't live without this. This is my Sigma Wicked Gel Liner. Pretty much the only Sigma product I like fully recommend. Their brushes are really nice too, but this is like ride or die for me, so. So I'm gonna lay this down. I'm just gonna kind of blend it out a little bit. I'm not looking for like a sharp wing, but I like to have this down as like a base when I put black shadow over it. And speaking of black shadow, I'm gonna go in with Black is Black from Natasha Denona, which has quickly become my favorite black shadow. It's a pain in the ass to open though. And I'm gonna take that on my favorite little brush ever, and I'm gonna take that on a Morphe M506. Oh, I got stuff all over my shirt. Shit. So black shadow over top. And I don't want this as like a defined wing, but I do want like a wing with my shadow happening pretty much. Just cleaning it up with a wipe real quick. Finish up my brows real quick because they're not done. I'm gonna wet a sponge and then I will be back to do the base with you. All right, I'm back, got my sponge. So to prime my face, I'm gonna use the e.l.f. Luminous Putty Primer. Haven't used this one in a minute. I actually really like the e.l.f. Putty Primers, even though I'm more of like a radiant base kind of girl. That's why I prefer the Luminous over the other ones, just because it's luminous. But it does a really good job of like filling in your pores, and it's not like dry at all, which I really appreciate. But it just helps with the overall like smoothness of my skin. And I pretty much only prime the lower half of my face. I just can't be bothered to do my forehead, because then I'll like touch my brows and I'll mess them up. It's like this whole thing. And then for my foundation, I think I'm going to use a little bit of the e.l.f. Camo CC Cream. This one is way too dark for me. This is light 210N and it is like medium. But I will, sorry I'm talking, I should be talking right now. I'll be mixing a bit of my NYX Born to Glow in there as well. This one's in the shade Fair, which is way too light for me. So hopefully this should make a decent concoction, and I will sheer it out a little bit because that e.l.f. one is so freaking full coverage. So just like a little dollop of the NYX and like literally not even like a tiny dot of the e.l.f. one, because I don't want a ton of coverage everywhere and I don't want it to be way too dark. This probably isn't even enough foundation for me, but the heck is Rachel doing? Cleaning, I'm assuming. Okay. I can probably stretch this for most of my face actually, because again, the e.l.f. one has so much freaking coverage to it. Do you see that? I didn't use like any, and I normally prefer something really, really, really sheer, but for the sake of like getting a decent coverage without using almost any product, that one is awesome. But like I don't use a full pump of it either. It's just far too much that way. Oh, Rachel's vacuuming. I can't believe how little I used and how much coverage that has. That's nuts. So I am going to do like a little concealer concoction also. When I want to have like a ridiculously bright under eye, I have this Cover FX concealer. This is the Power Play concealer in white. So I'll just add like the tiniest dot of this. Today I'm going to be using the Neutrogena Radiant Cream Concealer. I really, really like this, except that the shade range is so poor that I will never buy it again. So I'm just going to be using this for the sake of using it up. This is in our Project Inclusive project pan. If you are interested, I will link a video of our introduction in the eye. Hopefully I can use this concealer up by the end of the year. I'd be shocked if I couldn't, but I'm gonna kind of generously add that. This concealer is like really thick feeling, but it blends out like nothing, and it's like a very light coverage. So I'm gonna do that and then just one dot of the white Power Play concealer. Again, today I want to go pretty like dramatic with my makeup, so I'm gonna break all the rules that I set for myself normally, which is like completely natural skin and everything. I cannot wait till my bangs grow out and they don't like fall on me. They're finally getting there, but oh my god. Oh, and this is the Shop Miss A AOA Studio Wonder Blender, I think is what it's called. It's $1 and it's like an exact beauty blender dupe. And so it brightened up that area a lot, but not like too much, you know, it doesn't like hurt to look at me like this. I might add a little more white concealer if I feel like I'm not, you know, added enough, but when I get my bronzer and contour on, it's probably going to be a stark enough contrast. Okay, perfect. So I'm going to use my Tantour and Fair from Huda Beauty today, mainly because I only use Salt New York. And I'm trying to switch it up a little bit. I'm going to use a Refer number 17 brush to apply and blend that out. Literally, I'm just going to like a little tap is pretty much enough. It's similar to the e.l.f. See, look at that. It's similar to the e.l.f. CC cream, where it has so much coverage to it, so much opacity to it. You just need the smallest amount, which could be a good or a bad thing depending on how heavy-handed you are. It does come with a learning curve because of that, but I really like, you know, because you use so little of it, it ends up being pretty like seamless on the skin. And this brush is like a beauty blender on a stick. It's awesome. How you guys feeling about the pink hair? I'm like living for it. I missed it so much. I need to redo it just because the shade that we used up here did not cover the brassiness of my hair that well, so it kind of ended up being like a coral up there instead of a pink, which is fine. I'll redo it eventually, but I love this color. Like I can't imagine being blonde ever again. I think that's a good enough base with the cream contour. I normally go a little harder than this, but well, we'll see what today does for us. I'm going to take a Refer number 5 brush, and I'm going to go into my Kylie Cosmetics bronzer in Khaki. This is the only Kylie Cosmetics product I've tried, and I honestly really love this. I think it's like the perfect shade, the perfect tone for me, and I am thrilled to own it. Like, it's hard to go overboard with this one, which I really appreciate considering I'm somebody who often goes overboard. It's just the perfect shade for my skin. Like neutral compared to the other bronzers I have. It's not like overly warm or overly cool. It's just perfect. I am like doing quite a bit of that, and I'm going to keep it placed in that same area. I don't want this to be like a diffuse bronzy look. Like I want this to be very sculpted in nature while still not looking heavy on the skin. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. I'm tempted to add, no, fuck it. I'm tempted to add a little more of a different bronzer. This is the Make Revolution Bronzer Reloaded. This is in my year-long project pan, and I need to use some more of it. It's a very, very glowy bronzer. It finally broke like the packaging, which sucks, but I'm gonna add just a little bit of this just to, you know, amp up the dramatics. And this one has a little more warmth to it than the Kylie one does. So I think this will give me what I'm missing a little bit. Okay, I like that a lot more. So I think I'm gonna do some highlight first. Uno momento, please. Okay, I'm gonna be using Ray Ryder from Kaleidos for my highlighter today. Just because I don't want anything to pull too pink or too gold, really. I just want something down the middle, which is where this one lies. It's beautiful, just champagne highlight. I guess this one has probably a little more pink than gold, but it's perfect. I love this highlighter. And this brush is from AOA Studio. It's the F25. This is like my favorite highlight brush ever. And I'm not going to go shy with it because I'm going to be covering a lot of it with blush anyway, so. Okay, perfect. And then for blush, I wanted to go a little more bold today. This is the Chili Mango Matchstick from Fenty Beauty. My friend Kayla brought this over in kind of like a declutter bag, and I actually really like it. I apply these on the back of my hand, and then I go in with a brush to add them on. So I'm gonna go pretty heavy with this because odds are I'll be using a lot of it. But it's just this beautiful orange. And I'm gonna take that same brush, the Refer number 17, to apply this. I'm gonna focus most of it back here. Okay, and I'm just gonna sponge over this front portion of my face because I like this to be a little more like blank in the center, especially when I go for a dramatic look. I feel like it just helps like lift my face up a little bit more. I'm gonna go in with a little more of the blush because I'm a psychotic woman, but I'm gonna draw it directly on the brush this time. I don't know why I didn't think to do that, but sometimes these work better a little warmed up. I just want a little more back here, you know? And it's extra shiny. Ugh. Oh, my face itches. Oh, I hate that. And I do want to contour a little, so I'll use the Kaleidos Charisma Contour Palette. I'm going to mix these two shades here. It just works best for me that way. I'm going to use that on a Rephr 04 brush. This is like the contour brush that changed my life. I'm telling you, I didn't like contour, and I tried this brush out, and I like contour again. But I pretty much only focus it back here, and then a little bit under the jaw right here. And I try to blend that as well as possible. God knows it's not going to be blended, but whoa, whoa, whoa. I just kind of clean that up with the excess foundation. Wow, that's intense. I did not mean to go that hard, but that's fine. Now I'm gonna finish up the eyes. I think I wanna do a yellow inner corner, and I wanna do, I think, pink and purple on the lower lash line. I'm not certain. I'm gonna go in with Pretty Girl right here from the Jkissa palette on this little domed brush, and I'm gonna put that on my outer corner of my lower lash line mainly. Like a blackened purple. This one does go patchy on me, but on my lower lash line it's not really that big of a deal. Take a Rephr 13 brush, it's just this tiny kind of brush here. I'm gonna go back into those neon shadows. So I am gonna take the purple first right here, which is called Proton Purple. All right, straight into the point. And I'm going to blend out the purple a little bit with this. It's gonna make it a little more vibrant, I'm hoping. Yeah. Oh, that's really pretty. I don't think it's translating on camera, but wow, it's really pretty. A really old Morphe brush. This is the E18 brush. It's like falling apart. I'm gonna go into the hot pink now, and I'm gonna put that on just the inner portion of my lower lash line. This one's called Screamin' Flamingo. What a fun name. And I'm gonna put that right up in here. I'm really hoping this is gonna work. I'm gonna go into the yellow here, which is called Electric Lemonade. These names are so fun. I'm gonna put this on my inner corner. So I'm hoping this will stand out the way I want it to. I might have to press it on with my finger though, to really get the color to stick. Let me look in a mirror here. Okay, that's working. So I am gonna go ahead and do mascara and choose a lip color, and I will be back to show you, you know, what's all going on. All right, and here's everything all completed. So I did switch out that pink shade on my lower lash line, and I added a little bit of this one from JD Glow, which is called AKA, because that pink was just not having the vibrance that I was wanting for the lower lash line, and I kind of think the inner corner being matte surrounded by shimmer makes it pop a little more. I added a little bit more blush like across my nose and stuff, did some fake freckles. For my lips I used the oh my god. I used the e.l.f. Retro Paradise lip liner. It's the deepest one in the set, but it doesn't have a name on it. Lip liner. Then I added MAC Myth in the center, and over top of that I used the Maybelline Lifter Gloss in Ice. And then I'm using my Iconic London mascara. But yeah, that is all I did, and I hope you guys enjoyed creating this look with me. I had a lot of fun with it, and I'm really excited to play with more colors soon. I've been kind of in a rut with makeup, and it's kind of refreshing just to chill out and get this all done. So hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, please like and subscribe to our channel. It helps us out a lot. It means a lot to us. We're trying really hard to grow this platform. So yeah, we would love it if you join the family. And that's, I think, all I have for you. So I hope to see you in our next video.